Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and screencast the bottom bottom isometric view of a Lego Duplo here. And I got the same box that I did with the top. I am 6 blocks high, I am 10 blocks deep, 10 blocks wide. And as I look for it from the bottom, the first thing I have to do is I'm going to have to incorporate the thickness of the wall here. So I'm going to go ahead and add some thickness. Apologize about that. So I'm going to add the thickness here of my wall. My wall, it's approximately 1/3 of a block. See ya, to get that. So I'm going to try my best to run parallel lines here. I might have to do some adjusting here in a little bit, but basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to run a line around this to represent the thickness of my block. That is approximately 1/3 of a block. Again, this isn't necessarily easy with this program, so it's not too terribly bad. I think this one here could maybe go up one and over one. I don't know if that made it better or not. Trying to adjust these lines. Okay, so as you can see, what I've done here is I've tried to make it look so I can see kind of the wall thickness. Certainly, as far as lines that could easily be added, I'd come down from here, and I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then over to here so you can see the inside of that box pretty well. Alright, so that comes in pretty good. But now I'm going to have to deal with that center peg. Now, the center peg is 4 blocks in diameter, and I have to visualize where the center peg is. So what I'm doing here is I'm visualizing the top plane. I suppose it's the bottom plane of the Duplo, but the top plane of this drawing. I'm going to come over and I'm going to make a mark in the dead center. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks in, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks over. So that right there, the crosshairs of that would be the center of my center peg. And then it's going to be 4 blocks in diameter. Or I'm sorry, 4 blocks in diameter. So I'm going to adjust my color to make some lines here. So the oval that's going to be created is going to touch right there, right there, right here, and right there. So that's what I'm going to look to do. I'm going to put an oval there, and I'll start up here and I'll kind of drag out until let's go ahead and move this in there. Oof, made it just a little too small, but I'm going to adjust it. But I know that, and again, I'm going to make it a lighter line here, but I'll drag it out just a little bit and adjust it back over so that it touches those. So this would be an oval that's centered, but it touches those 4 points. So this indeed is going to be what it looks like. At this point, I'm going to change back my color and my weight, and I would draw a line going straight down from this, and a line going straight down from that side, and then certainly I would, I suppose I'll erase some of these guidelines I used, and let's see, I can do another oval that is going to fit inside of this. Oops, undo that. And this is going to go right here like that. So that's pretty good here. I'm going to have to shorten this line up significantly because I would no longer see it. And I'll do the same over here. So I wouldn't see it. And I'm going to shorten this line because that would only be seen down to there. Now all of a sudden I have that perfectly located in the center with some logic. Now I'm going to go ahead and start preparing to do the fins. The fins are, of course, not very easy, but I think I can do this and reason it out. I'm going to add this fin that is going to go right there. I actually have my orthographic drawing out beside me to help me, and it's centered about 2.5 blocks in. So 1, 2. So what I'm looking at is the back of this fin is going to go, I'm going to count again, 1, 2. So the back of that fin is going to go straight down that wall there, like so. And I'm going to have to adjust those over a little bit to the left. I'm going to go there, but it does not come all the way up. Recall that those fins are actually a little bit below the surface, so it's going to kind of look like that and that, and then I'm going to have to put a teeny tiny connector, which is going to be kind of difficult. Draw it right there. Let's see if I can place that on there. And yeah, it's not too terribly bad. And then that fin extends out a block's worth of that. So that's going to look, boy, oh boy, is that difficult. And it's going to come out like this. Copy it, paste it, and add it in there. Like this. Okay. And then I'm going to have to add this going down. Boy, oh boy, is this really difficult. Alright. It'll come down like that and like that. Let's see. This one can be deleted because that won't be seen at all. And then this one could actually be copied and pasted, even though it's very hard to move them. And oh dear, that's not too shabby. So that would actually go on like that. You can see that working around this is going to be quite difficult, but this is the general premise of how I'm going to do that. I simply have to add some fins, carefully spaced. Again, if you look at the center line of this one, and I'll change colors to try to note this, but I would argue that fitting against that wall is the center line of that is going to be right there, which is indeed 2.5 blocks from the edge. There's 1 block, there's 2 blocks, and then that crosses 2.5 blocks is where that would be portrayed. I think that's relatively accurate. Again, this one's a little bit difficult drawing it isometrically, so good luck.